Welcome to another edition of Green is Good. We're so excited and honored to have with us today Cassandra Carrol. She's the Executive Director of the Illinois Green Business Association. Welcome to Green is Good, Cassie.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You have an important job, and we're so honored to have you. And we're here at Chicago at the Green Festival.
Yes.
So it's very fitting to have you here today.
Definitely.
So before we get talking about all the great work you're doing at the Illinois Green Business Association, talk a little bit about the Cassandra Carrol journey and story leading up to your position of Executive Director there.
Definitely. Well, I started out when I was a young sprout with my dad taking me on nature hikes up in the northern Chicagoland area and just exploring, what is this nature stuff? Why is it important and why is it so beautiful? Went through high school, college, environmental science as my major at the University of Illinois, and started to get more active. Really, Australia was the thing that sprouted a lot of my activism in environmental sciences. So I studied abroad in Australia. I lived in the rainforest for about a month.
Ooh.
Up in the Cairns area. It was beautiful. You had to be careful of all the poisonous spiders and snakes, though. That was something you definitely need to keep your eye on.
Good point.
Yeah, but I really learned about, how does this beautiful ecology, nature, these ecosystems, how can we preserve them, and how does it affect the environment, the economy, the people in the area, and how does it trickle down to the Great Barrier Reef? So some of the pollution that we have, or some of the different sorts of activities that we do, how does it affect our ecosystems? After that, my mom said I was like a horse with blinders on. Bound to make a difference. And really from there, I just wanted to do something good, make a difference. I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, want to make a difference in our communities, and now I get to do all of that even in our state of Illinois.
Oh.
So we actually got asked kind of a funny question back in my senior year, about 2008. Green Street is the main street at University of Illinois' campus. So we got asked, well, how do you green Green Street? And I thought, that's a pretty good question. How do we build infrastructure on that street to make it more sustainable? We could do recycling, compostable cups, beautiful cityscapes, but really there's a bunch of businesses on Green Street, a bunch of restaurants, bars, different sorts of shops. So we really wanted to say, how do we engage these businesses in being sustainable? Why should it matter to them?
That's a great point.
Yeah, so we looked actually out to California, and surprisingly enough, where you're from,
right.
They're a leader in the green industry, and they had a 6-year running green business program at the time. So we thought, well, if businesses are saving money, they're marketing their efforts, and their customers are supporting them, why can't we do this here in the Midwest? We always say, boo-hoo, California's so green, we can't live up to them.
Right.
But really, we can here in the Midwest. And so we wanted to bring a program to connect businesses to resources throughout the state to help them integrate greener practices.
Wow. So the paradigm was, what program were you following in California specifically?
The Bay Area Green Business Program there in San Francisco, but now they have a huge network. It's the California Green Business Program, and they're continuing to add jurisdictions and different communities that are helping their little small businesses on Main Street go green.
Oh, that is so cool. So when was the Illinois Green Business Association founded?
Back in 2008, so we're actually 6 years old this month.
Got it. And you were the founder?
Yes, myself and 2 other students as well back in the day.
Amazing.
So one is still with us, which is fantastic, and we're still good friends.
Right. That's even better.
Right, we still hang out outside of work.
Right.
But it's been great. We've added so many different dynamic people to the team, worked with so many people throughout the state.
Well, explain, how did you start? What was the first business that you landed, and how many have you grown to so far?
Definitely. Well, the first business, we started with a pilot program back in Champaign-Urbana, which is kind of East Central Illinois. We started with 13 businesses. So we had a couple believers in the community that we convinced that we had a good idea. And they really helped us accelerate in the community and throughout the state. They were our founding board members, actually.
Wow.
So we worked with some small restaurants, small offices. Our first certified was back in 2009, International Society of Arboriculture. They are an international arborist company. They train arborists throughout the world, right in Champaign-Urbana. So they said, we're, walking the green walk here, but we need to talk it and live it in our everyday lives. And they really embraced it. They got it done 4 months. They reached our certification program, our framework for helping businesses be green. And they did things such as a lighting retrofit. They about 40,000 square foot building, so pretty large, 2 floors.
Right.
They saved $400 a month on their lighting costs, on their energy costs alone.
Oh
So they
my
really saw it
God.
as a way to engage their employees, get them excited about being green in their business, a way to talk to their international and national audiences about green practices. So they live it and breathe it now.
So you started with 13 businesses 6 years ago.
Yes.
How many do you have today?
We've worked with 3,000 businesses overall today.
3,000?
Yes, 3,000 businesses, 1 million square feet of business space in Illinois, affecting 1,400 employees.
Wow.
Yep.
That's incredible.
So that's everything from energy efficiency, water efficiency, waste, and then we actually have 100 businesses throughout the state in our accreditation program. So we've
Wow.
really tried to grow our impact and make our program accessible to everyone who wants to be green.
So Cassie, you're here today at the Chicago Green Festival, and you're meeting all sorts of businesses.
Yes.
Some are already working with you, some are not.
Yeah.
What's your proposition when you're talking to a business that is not working with you yet?
Yeah, well, we really talk to them, and whether they're believers in sustainability or not. You know,
Right.
here there's a lot of believers, so it's an easy
Right.
conversation.
Right.
We say, how can we make your business more efficient and effective
Great point.
and match your mission
Right.
in sustainability? But a lot of the times we have to talk to businesses about just take the green out of green practices. What are these practices doing for you, business? They're helping you better manage your assets. They're helping you be more efficient with your materials that
point.
you're using. They're helping you reduce the amount of energy, putting money back into your pocket. So add green back into it. The great thing is they have environmental benefits as well. You're reducing your impact. So
Right.
really, you know, we have to talk about asset management because we've talked to a lot of people, strict business, strict bottom line. But really, they're saving money, they're marketing their efforts better, they're reducing their environmental impact and helping make their communities healthier, cleaner, greener, and providing those eco options to the consumer as well. So we really see a lot of businesses that, you know, they get their employees engaged in greening their
Right.
operations and practices. They take that home with them. So we've
Right.
had stories where they said, you know, my husband kind of hates me now because I recycle everything. It's sorted. He's got a new system that he's got to follow.
Right, right.
But they're integrating greener products in their everyday life. So these things that the businesses are doing are transferring their community. So you're creating a greener space for your employees as well.
So part of your compelling argument is it's not only, it doesn't cost you more money to be green, it saves you money.
That's
you manage
right.
your assets better, as you say.
Yeah, and you're wasting money by being inefficient. So
Wow.
there's a cost to being inefficient. And we talk to businesses a lot about that, especially in the energy field.
Cassie, for our listeners out there that have just joined, we've got Cassandra Carrol. She's the Executive Director of the Illinois Green Business Association. For those who want to find her great association, it's www.illinoisgba.org, illinoisgba.org. Cassie, first of all, 3,000 businesses and
Yes.
growing.
Yes.
How do you manage them? How many people now work for your association?
Well, we only actually have 3.
Oh my gosh.
There's 3 of
That's
us.
1,000 for each of you.
Yes.
I mean, wait a second. What's the magic formula that you have going on?
We have community partners all throughout Illinois. So we
Gotcha.
not only, a lot of our concentration has been in central Illinois. So Champaign-Urbana, Bloomington, Normal, Springfield, our state capital here.
Wow.
But we're starting to move into the Chicagoland area, Oak Park, Edgewater, Will County area, so southwest Chicago or southwest Chicago. So we partner with business associations, economic development centers, universities. We provide students with hands-on green business experience in their communities. So that's what the force that helps us get our work done throughout
So
Illinois.
it becomes exponential then.
Yes.
And they become ambassadors for your association.
They do, and trust me, they have their favorite businesses that they want to get on board.
Right, right.
Which is great.
And then can people just come to your website?
Oh, definitely.
And then sign up that way or learn about everything that's going on at the association through your website?
Yeah, we have please feel free to visit our website. You can learn more about that. Also, we have a great newsletter. You can sign up on our website as well. But please feel free to just contact me. I'm very accessible. I love talking to people about green and green business. I'll talk your ear off, I promise.
Talk about now, we talked on a micro basis, we're talking about Illinois, and you cover now the whole state. It's not just
Right.
Champaign-Urbana anymore, it's the whole state.
Right.
So, how many Cassie Carrolls are there now across America creating similar programs, now taking your paradigm and replicating your paradigm across America?
There are at least 41 to 60 programs that we know of. So recently, actually, in May of 2013, we all got together in Boston. Boston actually got a grant to convene us. And we went to Boston to learn from each other about green practices. So California, Washington, D.C., New York was there. So, and even some Midwestern, Wisconsin was there. St. Louis, I know, has a green business program. There are people all throughout the country doing this, and they're trying to figure out, how do we better serve our businesses? How do we better market their sustainability efforts? How do we help our small businesses more get these things done? Because we know small business owners are busy. They don't have a lot of time, resources, funding to get this stuff done. How can we provide better services and better access to these things so more of our small businesses can stay open?
Are the leaders from the different states now, are you all getting together and creating an association or some sort of loose group that can share better practices and best practices among all of you?
It's so exciting. We're trying to think of ways. It's called the Green Business National Engagement Network. So Green Business Program National Engagement Network. We all do webinars. So if you're interested in learning more, you can contact me and get on that list. But we do webinars about how to fund your program, how to start a green business program, how to collect better metrics. And really we're trying to spread this knowledge throughout the country so more communities can have green practices.
A business comes to you, they say, I want to get green.
Yeah.
But they're obviously not right then.
Right.
Do you have a toolkit for them that you share with them, a how-to?
Yes, so that's actually our certification program. It has all different resources to be green, lists about 150 to 200 practices you could do. So a lot of businesses say at first, whoa, I don't know if I want to be green. I don't want you seeing my business because I might not be sustainable. You might judge me.
Right.
But we say you're probably already doing a lot. Some of it's simple, like using rechargeable batteries, recycling, turning off the lights when they're not in use.
Right.
But there's things like tuning up your HVAC system, your heating and cooling system, changing out your lights, some of the heavier things as well. So we give them that framework and say, take this back, review it, see how much you're doing, see how much you're not doing, and get some ideas. We have resources. We provide hands-on assistance through that program as well. And then we actually help a business not greenwash and help them figure out how to best market their opportunities and what they're doing to be green. Because we want to prove and validate that all these businesses are doing green things.
Both, is the marketing of green now offline or online, or where do you see the best way to get visibility if you're really so inclined and you're really being sustainable in your practices?
Mm-hmm. So social media is a great opportunity for that. So your Facebook, your Twitter, and talking about it through your newsletter to your customers. But really you can show it all throughout your business. There are different little placards that you can put up or things that you can do to engage the customer in going green. So I would say probably social media was one of the best ways. Use your local media and leverage them to tell them what you're doing, but then also hide little things around your business that help a customer find out what you're doing to be green and hopefully take that home with them.
You know, you're watching trends not only here in Illinois, but around the country and around the world. What trends worry you the most, and what trends excite you the most about what you're seeing with regards to the whole sustainability revolution right now?
Oh, definitely. I think one of the most exciting things is there are more programs and opportunities for businesses to take advantage of green practices. So the utility companies have great incentive programs to help reduce the cost of energy efficiency. There are great frameworks being built so that we can provide those hands-on services and that recognition. It does take a lot to change your practices in your business. But then we're starting to see with the Clean Power Plan that was just put out by the EPA, it's becoming politically relevant, which is exciting because now businesses can play a role in creating a greener future in their communities and in the country. And that's what I'm really excited about. You know, a lot of green business, it was more, an individual sort of basis. Now we're looking collectively. What kind of impact can small businesses make throughout our communities collectively? You know, 98% of our businesses in Illinois are small businesses. So that's 500 employees and below.
Wow.
Think of the opportunity we have to reduce our impact. And usually businesses' energy use even is about 35 to about 50% of our community's energy use.
Wow.
So think of the impact just on energy alone. And if we look at waste, if we look at pollution that we can make across our country just working and figuring out how to engage our small businesses in these practices.
Talking about energy practices,
Sure.
Do you see, is solar becoming a big trend here at the homeowner level beside commercial level in Illinois? And also, how about the energy management systems that are that can go in people's homes now, like the Nest system and things of that such?
Those are my favorite new technologies.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's so neat because sustainability is so customizable. It's unique to how you live, how you set up your home, how you operate in your everyday life, and it's fun to find little new things to kind of tweak your practices. So really excited about those home energy systems. They're getting more widespread. They're expensive, mind you, but there's simple things that you can do in your home to kind of wire your home up to actually manage it on your cell phone, which is really neat.
Right.
So there's a huge opportunity in that energy sector to find new technologies, clean technologies, green technologies to help you to reduce your overall impact.
Cassie, we're down to the last 4 minutes or so. We have a lot of young people from both Illinois, United States, and around the world that want to become either the next Cassie Carrol or they want to be the next ecopreneur and start a business, a green business here in Chicago or in New York or Shanghai. What advice do you have for them? With the whole millennial generation now not only wanting to make a profit, but they also want to do well. They want a social bottom line, an environmental bottom line. What are some of your pearls of wisdom that you could share with them?
Well, don't overlook the planning. You get really excited with your ideas and really want to see them come to fruition, but take a step back and do some planning. Really think out about who is your audience? How are you going to market it to them? Why would they care about the product that you want to create or the service that you want to create? And look at your everyday life. What do you find inefficient or expensive or things that you want to change to be more environmentally friendly? Because sometimes those are the best opportunities to find an idea or spark a new entrepreneurial venture. Even I have a friend that looks at parking here in the Chicagoland area, and he just had an apartment over by Wrigley Field and said, I can rent out my parking space. I don't have a car, but there's no good way to do it. So he founded Spot Hero. So he looked into his everyday life and said, I don't like this being inefficient, or this, I can't sell my parking space, for example, and formed a business out of it.
And what's Spot Hero?
Spot Hero is a company that connects parking to the customer. So you can, as an individual, list a spot in your neighborhood if you're close to a downtown area, and someone can actually pay you for your spot.
So it's an app?
Yeah, it's an app on your phone, and it's starting to go throughout the country, actually.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
He's going to do well with that.
Oh, yeah, he is. But that's entrepreneurism. I mean, you just find something in your everyday life that's inefficient that you can make a difference in.
And do you find the same? Do you find a lot of green or eco entrepreneurs coming out of the Illinois area?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We are ranked number 8 in the country here in the Chicagoland area in Illinois. For clean technology development.
Wow.
Yeah, that report just came out, actually, that told us about that. And 900,000 jobs in Illinois are clean tech. So our technology industry is growing, and we're continuing to see a trend in this. And between 1871, Research Park in Champaign-Urbana, we're starting to see these hubs pop up and people collaborating, sharing knowledge, sharing interests. So that's another way to really explore ideas is through these entrepreneurial hubs.
Where's your organization? Last question. Where's your organization going to be when you and I meet again and talk again on Green is Good in a year or so or 2 years from now? What's your vision of the Illinois Green Business Association?
We're going to be in every community in Illinois. We're going to have at least one business, if not more, which is our goal, and throughout every community in Illinois, helping them be green. And we're going to collectively be able to talk a lot more about our statewide impact, north, south, and in the middle. So we're really excited, and we'll have more people, I promise.
How many businesses by then? What do you want by then? What's your goal?
I would love to have at least 500,000 businesses.
500,000 businesses.
Yep.
That's amazing.
That would be amazing.
Well,
so we could probably take 100,000, but 500, I'll do the stretch goal.
I'm sure you will, with all the success that you've had today. Cassie Carrol, she's the executive director of the Illinois Green Business Association. To reach Cassie, you go to www.illinoisgba.org. illinoisgba.org. Cassie Carrol, changing the world one business at a time.